What's up, family? This is your man, not your boy. Go Black to Africa. I want to share this video of this woman and this man that is sharing their truth. One, speaking of the biblical facts of who the African Americans are, as well as the man showing the injustices of America in the treatment of black people. You know, I sometimes do these videos because most people don't find any credit in what we say, but if it comes from another, it must be true. Well, anyway, you know, let me say this right here before I share the video, that I'm sitting here in Africa, living in Africa, visited 30 African countries, and I am showing different historical facts of where and who we are coming from and how we landed in various places around the globe. Check these videos out and I'll be back.
Sunday, a good day to correct some false teaching and lies that you've been told while sitting in church or even watching movies, reading books. Moses, chosen by God, given the 10 Commandments. Most of the laws are based on that today. Even your Constitution in America some of it is based on the 10 Commandments. Moses, born in Africa, raised by Africans. Moses was a Hebrew, an Israelite, and a black man. All Hebrews were black. He married a woman from Ethiopia, and his sister Miriam didn't like this. She didn't like it because Ethiopians had a different culture to them. So she was talking bad about Moses marrying out of his race. So God was listening to this, and God said, Miriam, Aaron, who the one she was gossiping to, and Moses, please come to the temple steps. I have some things I want to speak to you about. So they were on the temple steps, and he said, Miriam, you have been talking about your brother Moses, slandering that he's marrying outside of his culture. That is a sin. He said, so for your punishment, I'm going to strike you with leprosy and whiteness. So she was struck to become a white leper. Now, you can read all this for yourself. The whole story is in Numbers 12, starting at verse 1. So then Moses saw this, and he said, please, God, you know, she's my sister. She probably didn't mean to talk about me like this. Please, I beg you, restore her back. I don't want my sister to be a leper. So God, he loved Moses. So he said, Moses, if she was talking bad and your father found out and spat in her face, for 7 days she would be ashamed and have to stand outside the house. So for 7 days then, she will become a white leper. Then after 7 days, I will restore her. But do not forget this lesson. So this you can read for yourself. So next to racism, which is a very dark thing in people's hearts, is jealousy and envy. And be very careful, because what the Bible says about envy is, and you can read it, Proverbs 14:30, it rots your bones.
Appreciate it, man. It's
Well,
good
you
stuff.
know what? It's about time.
It really is.
And I will tell you that if my brother had been killed like that, I would do whatever that person did in China to create a pandemic. Because as far as I'm concerned, if I had two buttons, one button, this will never happen to another Mr. Floyd, or the other button, you, Nelson, can stop the pandemic or the world will end. I would rather end this world and have us all die than have one more incident like that. And I am so happy that finally, after this bullshit was normalized for years, that this is the one that made the change. And I figured that it would, because white people, if you look funny at a guy in a high school, he brings back a gun and kills a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
But black people have been putting up with shit And it's about time. I would love to have black police officers do to Mel Gibson and all these rich white people in Malibu what white cops have done to black people. So if this doesn't stop, I would love black cops to start doing the same thing to white people.
I respect
And
you.
I was born white, but the white race is sick, because the reason that I'm here is because white people stole this f***ing continent from the Indians and enslaved people from Africa. The reason a black person is here is not because they stole the land. They were brought here against their will. So if I'm black, I tell people, I'm legal. White boy, you are illegal. Don't you dare tell a Mexican that they're illegal, because I got more Indian blood than you do. So go back to Scotland, Trump, you son of a... So that's how I feel.
I respect it, and I love it.
And I can't say
love
how
the
I
movement.
really feel, because I do not want the FBI to take me to prison.
I hear you. What?
What do you think? You know, they speak the truth and nobody can argue. Nobody can be in an uproar. When you really start to research and find out who are we as a people, when you find out even that in Africa, the Africans knew that there were groups of people by the hundreds of thousands, if not millions, those who are not of their own tribe, but were outsiders that they went hunt to sell, to give over to the Europeans. These special people, these chosen people, is what we find that you and I are affiliated with. Even those in Brazil and the Central Americas, South America itself, we're gonna find that the history shows itself. Now, for those that don't know, that even the treatment of black people in America, we know that that has been since the beginning of the so-called enslavement of our people. There hasn't been liberty or freedom. Hence why I left the country of America. I call it damn Erica. But you're gonna find that I sit here in peace amongst my own people, and yet I don't have to worry about dealing with all of these things that you all do. So I share with you all this information. I say to each and every one of you all to come visit the motherland. Come visit and see for yourself as you go through my YouTube channel and find the countries that I have been to that is beyond in the story that they have told you. That there is development, that there is prosperity, that there is freedom, that there is opportunity for you to prosper, which is rightfully yours. This is your man, not your boy. Go black to Africa.
Think about it.